Make some noise for the Lara Brothers. We've been working all night for the Lara Brothers. I don't need to do introduction. I remember when I was younger, I used to enjoy the beautiful sounds of the Lara Brothers, but still patriotic and of course legendary. A band that has been around for more than 55 years. Ladies and gentlemen, the legendary, when I say Lara, you say, when I say Lara, you say, aha, vaya, por favor.
So, we are here at Pansy's house in Santa Cruz. Who is Pansy? A long-standing member of the Lara Brothers. I'm also here with Cindy Salinas, the manager of Lara Brothers Farangba. How are you, Cindy?
I'm fine, thank you, Chad. How are you?
I'm good. Cindy, tell me the history of Farang. How did Farang become a thing in Trinidad and Tobago? It's not, you know, part of our tradition.
So, well, I tend to be corrected to some things, right? But as far as I know, Parang came here by our Venezuelan forefathers, right? So they brought this tradition and music from across on the mainland on Venezuela when they came as laborers to the cocoa estate. So they sang, they made merry during Christmas time, telling a story about how Christ was born. So that's how Parang became part of Trinidad history.
So, Cindy, for anybody who doesn't know what Farang is, right?
Mm.
What would you say Farang is?
I would sum it up in one word. Parang is love. Because parang, it brings togetherness, right? It brings happiness. It brings merrymaking. It's about just like with Christmas, caring and sharing. Most people get excited to hear about parang. I talk about parang now and I am excited, right? Because it shows the love. Because your neighbor will come by you when they hear parang and say, could you come by me? You know? and you bring out every little thing that you have. So Parang is love, and any day is a good day for Parang, as Uncle Tito would have said, because you don't have to be Christmas to be Parang. We could celebrate Christmas every day. A pandemic had us inside, so we should you always celebrate, right? So Parang is love.
Farang came as a result, as you said, of Venezuelan coming in.
Yeah.
And where did they settle? Where did it start?
They settled in places like Lopino, because Lopino is known as one of the homes of Parang, in Santa Cruz, Maracas, like places like Maruga. There's a lot of different places they settled in. So when they started this Parang tradition.
Well, I know places like Lopino still have a very strong Farang history
Yes, it
still
does.
going on.
It does.
All right. Um, let's talk about the Lara Brothers. The Lara Brothers is an institution when it comes to the Farang in Trinidad and Tobago. How long has the band been around?
Well, this year the Lara Brothers, they celebrated 78 years.
78
Yes,
years.
78 years. So they are known as the Parang legends.
Yes, 78 years.
Yes,
I'm
78 years.
thinking it's like 50 something years. 78 years.
78 years.
Wow. Are there any original members still alive?
Yes, we still have. Well, we actually at Pansy's house. He may not be active in the band, but he would always come in and jam with us sometimes. We have Leonard.
Listen, Pansy is one of the original.
Yes, original members. Yeah.
How old is Pansy?
Pansy turned 90 about a month ago.
Wow. So we in the house of a legend.
Yes, we are.
Wow. I'm still trying to wrap my mind around 78 years. That is amazing.
Yeah.
All right. So, talk to me. What was the history of the Lara Brothers?
Okay, well, the history of Lara Brothers, it started with four brothers, right? Right here in Santa Cruz, along with their dad and their mom. And they continued this tradition. They sang their own compositions, some of which were not documented, right? And they continued merrymaking, Parang, South Parang especially, throughout Trinidad and Tobago. They have been to places like Venezuela, Mexico, I believe Cuba as well, and they keep this tradition about telling the story of the birth of Christ, right? And they are also the long-standing members of the National Parang Association of Trinidad and Tobago. So they have a lot of history about them, which they stick and maintain the traditional parang. Though the brothers have passed on, the band continues to carry on their legacy, right?
Are there any Laras in the band present?
Yes, there is a Lara. There's Carlos Casimir Lara. He's the son of Tito Lara, right? He is the vice captain of the band, and the band is captained by Kendall Bonio.
All right, nice. So the Lara Brothers is not just a band in toting around a name.
No,
There's still
Lara.
a rich history of Lara's DNA
For
in it.
sure, yeah.
here with one of the long-standing members of the Lara Brothers, Lambert Hospitalis. Mr. Hospitalis, how long have you been a member of the Lara Brothers?
And this year will make my 57 years.
57 years.
Yes.
What instrument do you play?
Now, when I started with Lara Brothers, I started with scratcher.
Okay. For
Right?
anybody who don't know what that is, tell them what the scratch.
The scratcher is one of the instruments you just play with a comb, right? That is called the scratcher.
And they use a grater.
Yes, I'm like a greeter.
Right. So a grater and a comb.
Yeah.
And yeah, good, wonderful. So you started off in the band.
Yes.
As
Yeah.
playing the scratcher.
Yeah.
Why?
And right now, they have the talk man.
You're playing talk now.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
You understand?
Tell us something about, when you first joined the band, how was Parang in your eyes back then versus how it is now?
Well, the band, when I know joined the band, was really different to now. You understand? Because the majority at the band, I play with all the brothers.
All the original brothers.
All the original brothers.
Call out the names for anybody who don't know.
Willie, Tito, Toy, and Victor.
Right.
They were the four men I started with.
Right.
The brothers. I started playing the band at the age of 17 years. When I joined the band. When I joined the band, I could not drink nothing strong. I had to drink a Malta or a Coke or some kind of thing, but I can't drink it. You understand? Because
no rum for you.
No rum for me. Until I reached 21 years. I reached 21 years.
Then you could have drink with the big boys.
Yes. You understand? But otherwise.
When you joined the band 52 years ago, was it more shows, bars, and open performances, or was it more house to house?
House to house. We didn't play by no band, We never used to play no band. We used to play in all different places, but never play by a band.
It was more community, like and that kind of thing.
You see how
what is your best house to house memory? Not just with the Lara Brothers, yes, but not necessarily. It don't have to be in the early. It could be anytime. What is your favorite house to house? What place?
My best
in
house
Trinidad
house,
you
my
like to go
best
house
house Parang. You see Lupino and Arima? They were my two best places of house Parang. You understand? Them are the places I love to go house Parang.
For anybody who doesn't know what a house to house parang is, if you know outside of Trinidad and Tobago, they hear house to house and they're thinking, let's paint a picture for them. So, outside of Trinidad, they have in Europe and the Americas what they call caroling, right? Where they go from house to house and sing carols. And pretty much that's what house to house is, right?
Yeah, because
you go from house to house, but we singing
Parang. When you go to Lupino, and I go to Lupino to house Parang. If I leave home 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock in the night, or 10 o'clock, or I leave home, they go to house Parang and Lupino. I then reach home the next day.
Sunshine.
Parang
plain holy. And what is a traditional house to house like? So when you're reaching from the house, you like go tune one time from in the yard?
In the outside. You start the tune outside, and then when the people come out, and
they invite you,
and you go inside.
And then when they invite you in, it's food, it's drinks.
Yes. You understand? No. House Parang. You ain't going to stay long time I tell you, when you go to house Parang, it's 5, 6 tune, and you go on in the next house.
How much houses you back in the day used to hit? So?
When
you go to the whole village.
When we go out, at that time we went to Maruga. And I make until 2 days.
2 days?
2 days.
Right. 2 days?
Yeah, until the Lara Brothers, 2 days. In Maruga.
Only for views of one weight. So, Mr. Hospitalis, you have been a member of the band for 52 years.
Yeah.
And I assume until you cannot play, you're going to continue to be a member of the band.
Right, true.
And the Lara Brothers has kept traditional parang alive. And
nobody has music.
Correct. So how how long you think the Lara Brothers name and band could continue?
Well, as long as it could. Right now, we're going strong. You understand? We're going strong. The band is small, is true. You understand? But we're going. Then my love, you understand? And I parang until you already come. And my wife doesn't know me. Because she meet me parang, she always tell people, I meet my husband and parang, I'll never tell my husband stop parang. Yeah.
So, Spinada,
Yeah.
I really appreciate your time. I
Thank you.
really appreciate it.
Thanks.
Thank
So,
you, sir.
my name, I really have one Lara. But my mother, when she married, I ended up turning to her, but all my mother family is Lara.
That is
Yeah.
over this.
Yeah. All
Um,
right.
So, Cindy, tell me something about Tito Lara.
what I've known about Tito Lara, and I still have that etched in my mind, he was the sweetheart of the band in that he would make all the antics in the parang. He was the ladies' man in that his voice was more subtle and a bit unclear at times, but he had this charm for the crowd, right? The way he sang and the way he had this passion about parang.
He was a showman.
Yes, he was a showman, right? Although, let me add this, although Willie would have been the clearer one of the brothers, but Tito was the man to really put on a show and dance, not as much as his brother. But he stole the show in most of the functions that I've attended in with the Lara brothers from a child growing up.
Reason we've seen Parang change a lot over the years. In the sense of you have soca Parang now.
Yeah.
I have gone to places and they say they having Parang. And they're only singing in English. And there's a I don't want to make it sound bad, but there's some jokey tunes
Yeah.
and more laughing and stuff to make people laugh and stuff. When we know that the origin of Parang, as you mentioned already, is about singing about the birth of Christ. It's about Christmas.
Yeah.
Right? What the real meaning of Christmas
Yeah.
is. Why have the Lara brothers kept to the tradition? Why have they not moved? I'm sure the temptation
Yeah.
to do what is a little more commercially appealing.
Yeah.
Over, it's been recent times. Back in the day, everybody knew. Back in the day, everybody knew what Parang was about.
Yeah.
But now, why the Lara brothers stick to that tradition?
Well, we have stick and maintained to this tradition because of the founding members, right? They maintained their style and tradition and they never wanted it to change. For example, they never had any women in their bands, right? They stuck with only men, right? And we kept that tradition. They only sang their own compositions, nobody else's. So we would not want to change that. Yes, Farang has evolved, but we would want to maintain the traditional Trinidad Farang history. This what Lara Brothers is known for. Because as growing up as a child, you wouldn't remember that in 3 or 4 years when we hear Parang, we hear Lara Brothers on the radio, on the TV, Daisy was there. Those are traditional Parang that are embedded in our culture. So we don't want to change anything about it. So, and the guys, they never want to change. However, Lara Brothers was one of the first bands to record a soca Parang called Cowan Mover, which, believe it or not, was 20 something years before Crazy sang Maria.
Do you think Parang could survive this encroachment from soca and carnival?
I think in Trinidad it could if we wanted to, because we have enough time and space and talent to give everybody a chance. And my opinion is that Parang doesn't get the recognition that it really needs, right? Because sometimes you try to do something Parang wise and most people reject it, but and then you try it again on your own and a lot of people embrace it, right? So just so we could embrace all the different aspects and cultures. I am a carnival baby. I should say a carnival baby because I would play mass. But that is not going to hamper my Christmas in no way possible because I love my parang, I love my soca too. But Christmas is first, then carnival, right? So I think it's a matter of priority how we give things. We just don't try to bump out everything, right? So we give
As long as
everybody
there's
their
Christmas, there will be Parang.
yes
And you expect that it's something that will stick with us.
and continue. Yes, a long, long time.